everyone, it's Di here from Di's Den. Welcome to another video. Now, a couple of weeks back now, and last month in February, we did these cards here, which is called a center gap or split front card. I couldn't remember which one. I think I said a split fold card or center gap card because I've seen it called both things. Now these were regular size cards, which are 4 1/8 by 5 7/8 of an inch. But I did get asked by a few people, can you do a 7x5 version? Now I'm not going to do one with the milkshakes on it, or using this paper. I'm going to use something that is retired, except for the saying that I'm going to use on it. But I'm going to do it as 7x5. So I've got all the measurements here. It's taken me a while to work out the folds and everything else, but I've got it. So let's pop them on one side and we will show you what we need. Now I'm going to be using, I've got these lovely, I've got 4 of them. But, oh no, I've got 5 of them. I don't know that I'm going to put 5 of them or even 4 of them on my card. But I would cut them all out while I had that little bit of silver foil paper there. And they came out of this set, which is actually retired. I think it's retired. I haven't got my catalogue out here, so I can't have a look. But I used this size, which is the 3rd size up. I think that was the one I used. Let's just pop that over the top. Yep, that's the one I used out of that. Now, I love this set. It may not be retired. I'm not 100% sure on that, so don't quote me on that one. And I'm going to be using this set here for the words that I've got here. They say, "There's no one like you," for the inside, and for the front of the card it says, let me turn out the right way and I'll be able to read it, "You've got the biggest heart." So that's that one there. So we're going to be using that. And that set there goes with as a bundle, and that's in the current mini catalogue, like so, with this punch here called Happy Labels. So we're going to use the Happy Labels punch as well. Now I thought, I like that. I like labels and things like that, so we'll see how we go. Alright, so let me tell you what you need. You need, for this card, you need a piece that measures 9.5 by 5 inches, and another piece that measures 2.5 by 5 inches. For my, let's go move them out the way. For my layer at the top and the bottom of the cards, you need 2 pieces that measure 2 1/4 by 4 3/4. 2 3/4 by 4 3/4. And then 2 pieces of designer series paper. Now this designer series paper has retired for sure, but I just thought it was nice, and it's a nice way to use up my paper as well. So these are 2 by 4 1/2. So they were 2 1/4 by 4 3/4. Yes, 2 by 4 1/2. For my middle section here, through the middle, now that goes under that one there, like that. For my middle section of the card, my gap piece, you need a piece that measures 4 1/4 by 2 3/4, with another layer that measures 4 by 2 1/2, and then my DSP layer that measures, actually I've got that wrong. This piece here measures 4 1/2 by 3. This piece measures 4 1/4 by 2 3/4, and this piece measures 4 by 2 1/2. For my insert, I have a piece of card that measures 6 3/4 by 4 3/4 and 6 1/2 by 4 1/2. And for my saying on the front, which I'm going to be using, this piece of card measures 4 inches by 1 inch, and then this piece measures 3 3/4 by 3/4 of an inch. Okay, so let's pop all these out of the way, and we'll start doing our little bit of scoring. So we're going to score our main card on the long side at 7 inches. Making sure we use the small ball on our scoring tool. at the 7-inch mark. That's all the scoring we're going to do. Okay, so once we've done that, we'll fold and burnish this over, making sure that it's nice and even on both sides, because we don't want it to be off-centered a bit. Okay, so for our top and our bottom, that's our bottom piece there, and these are our top pieces. We're going to pop them on first. We're actually going to pop that on the other way up though, so the butterflies fly the correct way up. So let's do that now. Oh dear, that wasn't very clever. My pin didn't come out. I pulled the whole top off. That was a bit strange. And then we can glue that one onto there. This is going to be a fairly quick card because you've already seen me do it. We just really needed the sizes, but I just thought I would do it in all the, you know, this size, so you can see the difference. Okay, oh, and these two pieces have to go together, and then onto that other front piece. This was lovely paper. It was variegated, like starting at one colour at the top and working down. So I just thought it was very pretty, and I just wanted to use up my paper without, oops, because I don't like to waste it, do you? I know I don't. Okay, so we're going to pop something heavy on that section there, just so that we can land this bottom one up down here like this, and we can glue this one into the middle here. So we know we need about 1 inch either end for the gap, so we're going to put some glue in that section there, and the same in this section up here. Once I've done that, I can then move that up a tiny bit. Make sure I've got that one on nice and in the right spot, and without moving it, just glue that one down. Okay, so then we can pop our 2 panels in the middle together and onto that top one there. Now I will have the written tutorial for this one on my Facebook group, the same as always, so, and it goes live the same day. And for those that already follow that you'll see that they all go live, and I link my YouTube video to my Facebook group so that you can always check it out. Okay, so let's pop that down like so, and make sure that's nice and down. Okay, now if you feel like me that there's a little bit of a gap there, you can always just run a little bit of extra glue along the inside there like so, so that it sticks down. I'm going to do that on both sides because I just like the idea of that being able to sit down and nothing catch on it. So nothing's worse than if you've got a card and something catches on it. Okay, so that's that bit done. Let me put the pin back in my glue for a minute. Get in there. And we'll do a little bit of stamping on our 2 pieces of card. So I'm going to do this one first, which to me, this is Blushing Bride. This is Blushing Bride ink, and until it dries it looks a really browny colour. once it dries, so you can see it looks very browny there. Once it dries, it's a nice colour. But while it's drying, it looks really yucky. Well, I think it does anyway. Doesn't mean there's anything wrong with it. It's just the way this ink dries. And it takes a little while for that colour to change. You can see it's starting to change now. It's not as dark as before. So I'm going to use my Happy Labels punch, and I'm going to use this one with the what do you call that edge? Scalloped edge there, and I'm popping that in. And as per always, I always check that it's nice and straight along this edge here, because sometimes it just doesn't sit in there nice and straight, and I like to make sure that it is. Some people are happy that they can feel it, but I actually prefer just to double check it and know that it's right. It doesn't seem to be quite as bad with this label punch as it is with some of the others, but as you can see, that's over this way a little bit. It's not nice and even. There we go. Nice and even. I can't seem to get rid of this frog in my throat. I think it's this silly weather that it's cool in the mornings. Oh, I can't close that. There we go. And then once the weather warms up, it is always nice and warm, and then my throat clears up. But at the present time, with the weather so strange this year, or this season I should say. Okay, so we've got that one on there like so, and we'll pop these two together. Move over a little bit, move over a little bit. That's better. Top and bottom, please. There we go. As you can see how that's drying and it's coming up more pink now. So it just takes a while for it to actually dry really, really well. Okay, let's pop our insert into the card. There we go. Let's pop that down and pop that on there. I'll pop my pin back in my glue because we're not going to be using any more glue. And I've got some dimensionals here, so let's pop them onto the back of this one. And I'm going to pop this on an angle. I like things on an angle. I don't like everything so symmetrical. That's just me. I've got some small dimensionals here to pop on the back of these, which I'm going to put two on the back of them. Whoops, come back. So let's see where we're going to pop these. One there. One there. And I think one more, just one more there is going to be enough. I think otherwise I think it would be too overcrowded. So I've got two left for another project another time. Yep, I think that will be perfect just like that. I don't have any gems here to embellish the front of the card at the present time because I didn't know what I'm going to put on it. So when it's photographed, you'll see what I put on there. There we go. So what do you think? I'm happy with the 7x5 version. Oops, get off my finger. Stands up just as nicely as the others. Here's the not regular versions. As I say, I don't have any embellishments on the table here with me. They're all over on the other one, and I'm not going to go and get them just to put a couple things on. But once I've finished the card and photographed it, you'll see that I've put them on there. So that's the 7x5 version of the same card that I called the center gap, or I think I called it the split front or center gap card. So, and that was in February, and here we are now in March, and this is the 7x5 version. If you would like the written tutorial for this one, please head over to Di's Den for stamping, crafting and tutorials. There you'll find it. It will be dated the same date. It goes live exactly the same date as the YouTube video. And it's free to join my group, and all the tutorials are free to download. If you would like to know more about these, you can always contact me. All the details are down below, and I will see you again next week. Bye for now.